because it's bad to put it in terms Donald Trump would understand. Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My sweatset. Anyways, it's raining today, but I do online school anyways, so, and I have my lunch on my chin. It's going really well. Hey Lucy Gray, glad to see you survived the storm. There you go, there's some food, No, it's okay, Well, it's been a big week for news over here. My best friend just found out she got into a study abroad program in Germany. I found out it's time for my next colonoscopy. In all seriousness though, I am really happy for her. It's definitely hard when you feel like all the people in your life are sort of achieving your dreams and you're still in the same place you've always been. I'm not doing prednisone for the steroid this time just because I didn't want to do prednisone again. It makes me break out and I can't sleep when I'm on it. It also only works when done intravenously. When I take it orally, it doesn't work, so I'm doing budesonide instead. It's valid that I have to get another scope because I haven't had one since last June, and I'm supposed to get them a minimum of twice a year. It's now March, so I'm getting them in a couple of weeks. Probably walk you guys through that. Obviously not all the symptoms that come with it, but just sort of the process. Apologize for how I look. Between the four of us, we had 6 medical appointments today. 6, which is crazy. Because my mom did a CT scan, then I had a geneticist appointment. Grandpa had an audiology appointment because they lost his hearing aid last fall, and he hasn't had one since. If you don't know, he lost his hearing in the Korean War. And then my mom had therapy, and I had therapy. I had therapy an hour ago. My mom has it now. And I don't know what the other appointments are. Excuse me. A couple of things. We went to the geneticist to see if they could do an autoimmune panel. They initially did not want to, but then they were more interested by the fact that I have epilepsy than anything else. Because a lot of people with ulcerative colitis will have other autoimmune conditions, but epilepsy is not autoimmune. So she agreed to run a panel because she was very confused by the fact that I had epilepsy and ulcerative colitis, neither of which are common conditions. I have very, very uncommon assortment of conditions. And she noticed that I was super flexible. Well, she saw that my legs and my fingers turned purple, which I just thought was because I had sensitive skin, but they do turn purple. And then she did a bunch of things to see if I was flexible, which she said that I am. And she said she suspected that was because the cells in my body were damaged and the blood flow from my brain to my toes wasn't regulated. And so my fingers and my legs turning purple was an attempt to regulate that. And she wanted to explore some of that to see how that was related to my epilepsy. Again, not related to the UC, but to the epilepsy and to other conditions I might have. I also think I might have rheumatoid arthritis, so I'm seeing a rheumatologist. Those of you who have followed me for years remember this outfit. Points if you can tell me which video I wore this outfit in that I posted a few years back. My strapless bra is in the wash, so I feel like this, I love summer clothing, but a lot of them require strapless bras, and I only have one. I guess I could do the little pasty things, but I don't like those a lot. The lovely woman who cut my hair passed away from smoking, so I can cut my own bangs, but I can't cut all of this. Just a reminder that smoking and vaping are not going to lead one way, and that one way is a shortened lifespan. Every time you smoke, we're cutting a few days out of your life. Every time you vape, you are doing the same. Please, please, please. I believe I can. Long time no see, familiar friends. I cannot believe there are over 100 of you on here. That is insane. I didn't make these videos to get subscribers, but still 100 is crazy. And I know that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it's still insane to me. Got a big day. Like, I had a bunch of doctor's appointments last week. I have one today with my gastroenterologist, one of them, and I'm getting some blood work done for my geneticist and my rheumatologist, who I'm seeing on Thursday. It's exciting. I have never seen a rheumatologist before. But the geneticist thinks my body processes collagen strangely because I can do this. Because I'm very flexible, apparently. I didn't even know I could do that until she just went up to me and yanked it, and I was like, oh. We're off to see the gastroenterologist. And friends, nothing says it's a good Tuesday like hearing a geneticist say you might not have cartilage on your joints. Which is crazy to me because I walk through the world every day with over a dozen health problems, and I survived. And part of me just goes, well, if I can do this, then surely you can accommodate people with health conditions and medical conditions. If we can move through life every day and learn to do these things ourselves, you know, I can change my pills and pick up my prescriptions and give IVs and all this stuff. There's a woman who's born without arms who can curl her eyelashes using her toes, which is not, obviously, that's a lot harder than what I have to do. But it's like, if we can go through the world doing all of this, then surely you can make things more accessible. Surely that's not that challenging. I think Marissa Bodie in Wicked was a big turning point for that in terms of accessibility. I'm gonna keep you updated while I'm getting more of my lunch. Cute little top. I love this top. It's very big on me, but it's very cute. I'm definitely struggling with my body image right now, obviously, as many anorexics do. I'm not one of those people who's ever, you know, fully recovered. Like, I don't restrict as much anymore, but my desire to has never gone away, which is obviously not something I'm going to promote and glorify, because it's bad to put it in terms Donald Trump would understand, but it's also somewhat out of my control. But I will be seeing my nutritional therapist soon to hopefully get some more strategies for that, because she specializes in anorexia and bulimia. I can't say what they are, like ED, because what ED stands for. ED in this case, not ED as in like erectile dysfunction, obviously, because YouTube won't let me say what anorexia is. Anyways, speaking of ED, the doctors think I have another condition, jolly gee, lucky me, called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is essentially a syndrome where people are either hyperflexible, they have brittle corneas, their skin stretches, which my skin does not do. My skin does not stretch, but I am hyperflexible. Or they have vascular problems. I'm hoping I don't have the vascular one, because that one's fatal. Let's hope not for that. But they think I might have that, and that can come with some GI stuff. Obviously, I still have ulcerative colitis. That's something that I have been tried and true diagnosed with. I'm getting a colonoscopy soon, because there was some inflammation there. So I'll walk you guys through that in an upcoming vlog. Obviously, like, I'm not going to show you the specifics, but I'll give you some recommendations on, you know, what to eat, how not to get hungry, because I'm an expert at that when it comes to colonoscopies. Obviously, you know, I've always had enough to eat, but I'm an expert at just kind of managing things with scopes. I'm getting one at a different hospital this time. Anyways, they think I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is exactly what I needed, because it's been about 2 months since my last diagnosis, so, you know, we were overdue for another one. 2 months since my last diagnosis, 6 since my last colonoscopy, actually longer than that. You know, 8 months since my last colonoscopy. We just gotta, you know, we gotta do some more. Anyways, they think that would explain why my joints have been in constant pain. First, I thought it was UC, because it can be an ulcerative colitis thing, but my joints literally have never stopped hurting. It is crazy. It is so crazy. And I don't know what to do, but we're seeing a rheumatologist today who will hopefully tell me whether or not I have some serious new syndrome. And if I do, I will hopefully not have the fatal kind, because that's not really what I need in my life right now. Anyways, I'm gonna add some cheese to this. Yeah, that's really it. 2 kinds of ED, but not the kind that affects cisgender men. I'm never gonna have that kind. So we're dealing with the other two kinds, which is confusing because they need to come up with more abbreviations. Because typically when I walk around saying I have an ED, people are like, what? And I'm like, no, like I have anorexia. But now I'm gonna say I have ED and they're gonna be like, what the heck? Just clarify, so I'm just gonna say Ehlers-Danlos. But we'll see whether or not I have it. The dishwasher is going off. Unfortunately, if I do have it, they don't have treatment for it. So that's kind of useless anyways, but I'm gonna go eat my lunch and spend an hour feeling guilty about it afterwards while I do some more work. And then I have a doctor's appointment at 2. So we'll check back in after that. Now I need to eat, but it's gonna make me not physically bad, but well, that too, because my UC, but like mentally guilty. Gathering my thoughts before I get in the shower. I have a new pimple there, and in my nose. How do you get a pimple in your nose? How is that possible? Okay. I saw the rheumatologist. I don't have any arthritis, which is a good thing. She does think it's likely that I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. But only the genetic testing, which I'm having soon, will tell for sure. There's not much they can do for me. There's not much they can do for the fact that, you know, the blood tends to pool when I stand up. They also think I have dysautonomia and mast cell activation syndrome. Right now, all I can really do are some exercises to correct my alignment because I have a tendency when I stand, apparently I stand like this, my knees are bent a little too far back, like they're supposed to be more forward. So there are some exercises to help with that. That's really it that they can do for now. So who knows what's to come next, but I'm glad, you know, I didn't have anything that she could easily say, oh my God, this is really bad. I just have to wait for the genetic testing. They're testing my osmolality again, because they just tested it a few weeks ago. I don't know. I have osmo, neuro, genetics, and then it's 2 scopes. So that's all gonna be exciting. Tell someone you love them today. Maybe have that person be yourself. Sing like there's no one watching. Take down a trend so alone. Always remember to peel the pomelo. I got my retainer back!